TV alum, the players, and Sherman and Coach Jackson, because you are literally super close, and I'm not sure if he got in. Pause of application.
Yeah, but I don't. But I don't have no sympathy because you were up 21-0.
You was up 21. If you was up 21, ain't nothing we can do. Cameron Peters, 412 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, one of the most prolific Celebration Bowl passing extravaganzas ever. Andre Dennis, 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 491 total yards for Prairie View. This was a great game. Was this triple overtime? Quadruple overtime.
Quadruple overtime because of the new overtime rules where you go for 2. Yeah, let's talk about Cameron Peters real quick. Let's talk about Prairie View real quick. That whole coaching staff is impressive. Their offensive scheme in the first half, in the first quarter, when they went up 14-0, I was like, man, they're not really doing anything schematically that's like beating South Carolina State. Everything that they did, it was off schedule. He would just kind of run around, and they're all trained. If you go back and look, all their wide receivers, they run their routes, and then when he run around, they just break up the field, and then he throw it to him. In the second half, he was like 3-step drop, 5-step drop, play action pass, throw it on that out route on the corner, post corner that went 80 yards, 75 yards, longest play. Beautiful pass, back shoulder passes, back shoulder throws. I was like, bro, he's hitting every pass on the route tree. Like he's hit, like on a dime. That was one of the best. He only missed 12 passes, and he had 3 drops. Somebody had 3 drops.
I think there's a lot of. You know how we say every week, there are good players in HBCU football. These are 2 good teams with good coaching staffs. I think that Tremaine Jackson, he can coach a defensive line anywhere in this country. And that's what they both said. Hey, we can coach football at any level.
Yeah, Chinnis was talking this shit. But your man, we kind of glossed over him. You said his stats, 9 for 152. Jordan Smith for South Carolina State just decided to win the game.
Right.
He had 2 touchdowns plus the 2-point conversion, but he made it was 4th and 17 and he made the catch. Made the catch for the first down. He made he was pretty much their whole offense. He was all South Carolina State had. And because
all they needed
decided you're not gonna run on us. They just said you're not gonna run on us.
Right.
And that was that.
Legitimately,
it was a great game. I hate that it ended that way. Nobody has shown me in the rule book either way on that 2-point conversion, whether it's an infinite goal line,
right,
or whether it's not. Nobody has showed me either one. Everybody says this is it, this is it, this is it. I need the quote. We need the quote put up there to say
that was. I want Dean Blandino to explain this to me, man. Tell me in simplest terms but you're right. It was, and I think that made the game to me that better because you got the controversy. It really came down to 2 teams that were evenly matched. You had this big lead in the first half. You gave up the lead. You have quadruple overtime. I don't care what type of football you like. If you like football, you watch this game, you enjoyed yourself for 4 quarters and 4 overtimes.
And shout out to ESPN showing this one first, because this does set the tone for bowl season. Because this HBCU Celebration Bowl, I can guarantee you, is probably the only bowl game that you will have where you have 0 opt-outs. You have 0 people leave. Yeah. You have 0 people transfer.
Oh, they put that Montana game on after. I was like, oh, we done here. This ain't the same, brother.
It's just because you got to do more. So right. Like this is it for HBCUs. So you're gonna get high level football right then and there because you're gonna have all the stars, all the starters were there, all the coaches were there, everybody was there, and it was high level. That was high level football.
Yeah. And I'm sure Mercedes-Benz was happy to see a good game in Atlanta. So
yeah, I don't know how many Falcons games they ran out of liquor.
Probably very few. You know what? Should have been all of them. Should have been drunk, so at least you forget it. I found it very funny. Coach Berry talked about in the post-game press conference how they interviewed all the coaches in the MEAC and they talked to them all. And of course, they have the additions of Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick and they were basically asking them 20 or 30 questions. And he said, they get to me, ask me my little 2-3 questions and move right on. And he says he didn't say anything about it, but he definitely, that was a big motivator for him. The only thing I can see in my head is how Michael Jordan was sitting there with the iPad. He was like, well, I took that personal. And for him to bring it up, he's sending y'all a message that he sees y'all, he understands y'all, and it's all cool. Now, I think that Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick might be collateral damage, but also, hey, man, I'm here to do a job. If you in the way, you in the way.
The MEAC goes through Orangeburg. The SWAC goes through Prairie View, Texas. Y'all better, when you play them two teams, you better strap up, big dog. Pause if necessary. Buckle that chin strap, because they, in South Carolina State, that defense in the second half, they played pretty well.
Yep. I also have a ton of respect for the way that Coach Jackson handled the loss. He didn't blame anybody. He said, hey, man, we came here to do a job and we did not get the job done. Now, I am proud of my team because we came in and won the SWAC. We set the expectation at doing that, and we did it. We got here to Atlanta. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to have anything negative to say, even on the controversial play, which a lot of coaches, I think, would have potentially blown a gasket. We just didn't get it done. And that really showed me you just never know how people are going to react in a situation like that. And for him to react that way, I was impressed. Now, the scary part about this is these guys probably should be coaching somewhere else.
Yeah. But I also think, I think Chennis may be the HBCU guy. Like, I think South Carolina State, hey, y'all make sure y'all give. Because if y'all give them the resources, and Buddy Pugh were crying.
Man, Buddy look like, oh, this is, you know how that you and your dad, y'all never, he never really that impressed with what you do. And then that one moment where he like, you know what? You did a good job, son. That's how Buddy was looking at him like, this is my successor.
South Carolina State, low key, the Steelers of the MEAC, bro. They've only had 3 coaches in 80 years. So.
Hey, but y'all need to find a way to give him more money. He does not lose a lot of games. And let me tell you,
I don't know if it's more money. I think it's just investing into the program. I think if you can I think both of these guys have the gift of gab. Like, Chennis will make you run. I was sitting next to the former players. I sat next to, I don't know how, but I sat next to like 10 former players. They were all like, bruh, we went and talked to him because he brings them all back. I was ready to go suit up, and I'm 39.
He's polished. He's pristine. It's no fluff. We here to do a job, and we going to do the job.
And Jackson's the same way.
But they're different. You can tell Tremaine be getting with them boys.
Yeah, but I'm saying the philosophy of like hey, they bring everybody back.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna motivate you to be better.
These guys are they're both former players, and they live and die football.
Chip on their shoulder too.
But that's the thing. I also think, man, damn, they could coach somewhere else and probably double or triple their salary. And
start inviting these HBCU like Alabama State should be in a bowl game. Just going to put that out there. Right. I know they do FCS playoffs, but with all these teams opting out, Alabama State is like 8-3, 9-3. They're good. Delaware State should be in a bowl game. North Carolina Central should be in a bowl game.
There's another conversation, and I saw it today when I'm putting the pod together, but a potential HBCU playoff. But I think they said that they will have to give back the Magic City Classic, or not the Magic City Classic. What's the one that Southern plays in?
The Bayou Classic.
I think that's the one. They said
that's the one going to throw it off because it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not going to say it's a bad idea. I don't know if there's enough schools. But I would much rather see Celebration Bowl. Then if you're going to have it that weekend, maybe if they play on Saturday, Thursday, you have the runners up.
Or do them in another one. Like, let Atlanta have a Celebration Bowl and I
And
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Either way, it doesn't matter. But Jackson State plays Delaware State, or Alabama State plays Central. The top three of each is what I'm saying. Play against each other, and then you still have Black National Championships and all of that stuff. But these teams deserve to have a postseason.
Deserve something else. Like, it's just not. Oh, we didn't win the SWAC or the MEAC. Oh, season over. Nah, you're right. And I think that, I mean,
you call that the HBCU Cup. I mean, at that point,
right? I mean, yeah, it could. They still deserve a bowl. You're right. Even if it's, yeah, you're gonna play 2 versus 2. All right, well, cool. We're gonna go and win a trophy like everybody else. Yeah, do it in Charlotte or do it in Birmingham. Do it in the black ass city.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah,
let's make that happen. This is gonna be a real clip. Clip it.
Especially since y'all can't get homecoming together. The least y'all can do is give us one more, something else in another city. Hey, drop it in Louisiana. Drop it in Houston. And you ain't even got to play at the Texas Stadium. Play at the soccer stadium.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's what they should do, because they're not, and of course, unless you're going to get invited to the playoff. But I mean,
but something, there needs to be something other than, hey, man, we didn't win the conference, so we done. But the rest of these sorry ass schools, you got, people don't even want to play Georgia Southern in the bowl game, and it costs 7 teams. It's an HBCU. We might get trounced, but at least let us get people get their ass whooping. Right. Something. Let them get. I saw the kids in the Xbox Bowl get Xboxes. Black kids like Xboxes too.
Yeah. You're right.
Something. Damn.
But I mean, so other than that, man, that's really HBCU is now basketball season. It's going to be a little bit more upbeat when it comes to the upsets, because we've already got a couple there. So I can't wait for that. And the MEAC should really take center stage here when it comes to basketball. So this will be fun. Uh-oh, somebody hurt.
Y'all still watching that terrible game?
I mean, I'm just more depressed that the Falcons just got 34-3 against the Dolphins.
Not me. You getting us closer to what we looking for.
And we lost to the Jets. Smoked by the Jaguars.
The hell on. Well, the Jaguars are going to upset somebody.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with football, because that's the pro version of Indiana for Norwood, is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, when I said they're going to upset somebody, I mean they're going to upset their fans when they start believing in this team. There's a scam.
Oh, I thought you meant upset somebody in the playoffs, like the team.
Oh, hell no. Hey, clip that. Hell no. I think they trash. But they winning, and the other team got some like Uncle Granddaddy out there. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. But what we're going to do now, let's kind of talk through this. No, I want to be sober to talk about Sharon Moore. Then we will take a break, and I'll become Cutwater Shawty.
I'm drinking, because we're gonna have a real conversation.
Ooh, all right, we're finna get spicy. All right, we're coming right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our football segment of episode 211 of the Splashcast. It's gonna be like college football subsegment 1, then subsegment 2, then NFL football. It's a lot to talk about, but the main thing that has been dominating the headlines is Michigan again. Sharon Moore was fired after a myriad of things came out.
Fired with cause. That is the key here. Is everything is with cause. Sharon Moore.
Could you give us a rundown or a summary real fast?
He was terminated after finding a credible source that he engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. The relationship had been going on for years and ended days before the firing. After losing his job, Moore entered the woman's apartment without permission, problematic, grabbed knives and scissors. They said it was a butter knife. That's funny. And made threatening statements about hurting himself, terrifying the victim. A 911 call described as stalking behavior in the period before his arrest. He was charged with felony third-degree home invasion, misdemeanors for stalking, breaking and entering. No evidence public that he directly threatened a woman. And he was arrested in Saline, Michigan. He's released on $25,000 bond, does have a GPS monitor, and is supposed to have no contact with her, no drugs, no alcohol. Next court hearing, January 22nd, 2026. Biff Poggi will be the interim coach. Of course, y'all remember him from being the hedge fund manager who also coached Charlotte a couple years ago.
And then a whole bunch of other details came out about OnlyFans and everything.
Yes, Josh. I want to make sure
crashing out.
I want to make sure that those things are legitimate because, unfortunately, you know, we live in a time now where as soon as something happens, they want to put everything happened. And I think that some people use that as an opportunity to kind of grift. So if he did it, then that's a whole different conversation. But I want to make sure he did it first. You got enough stuff we know you did to deal with right now.
Well, that came from her. That came from her text messages that she turned over. And she said that he was allegedly doing that with the OnlyFans model. And then some OnlyFans model, I wasn't talking about the OnlyFans model that got on the internet. This was reported by her, the woman, the mistress.
Now this is everything to me is still in a point of I need more information. The things that he did, the breaking into his house, the threatening to hurt himself, lock him up. This private property. But I don't think that she is that innocent in this. She has a part to play in this. There was an investigation done by the University of Michigan where they found nothing. And they investigated and asked both of them. So if they ask you about engaging in a relationship, no, they said it was yes. So you lied. So y'all were both engaged in this relationship. Y'all both wrong. We did an investigation. You lied to the university. One thing we should remember as people who are Atlanta Falcons fans you can't lie to your employer. Same thing happened with Michael Vick. You lied.
Calvin Ridley.
Well, Calvin Ridley, I give a little bit of grace because I think that his family was trying to do him bad. But she's complicit in having a 3-year relationship or whatever time. This is a long-term relationship. Now, this calls into question the university. How did y'all not know? But Twitter surely know. If y'all go and look, there is a man who I think I'm trying to put the right way to say it. He's not a fan of black people or brown people. Well, he knew this. And he outlined this 2 or 3 weeks before it happened. So people knew about it. You hired this company to do an investigation. They came back with nothing. That makes that company look crazy too. And it makes it look like the University of Michigan was complicit in this. Everybody has a part to play. And he doubled her salary. She went from making $45,000 to making $90,000.
So I'm not excusing anything that he's done.
Oh, no. You can't do that.
What he did
was crazy.
In terms of crashing out was wrong. What he did in terms of having a workplace relationship is wrong. What he did with cheating on his wife.
They were wrong. They were wrong.
They were wrong. Let me ask you this question.
Shoot.
By the timeline of events, she ended the relationship 2 days before going and essentially singing and turning over all the evidence. Why? What could possibly have happened to where you ended the relationship and then you go and purge not only him but yourself.
Oh, I know the answer to this. Many moons ago,
Yes, that is exactly where I was going. Thank you, viewer Josh. The boosters conspired against him to make this into a controversy. Here's why I bring that up. You remember when they kept making him coach with no contract?
Yeah.
You remember that? And I kept saying, hey, this don't make no sense. Y'all making this man coach a whole year with no contract. I said, that means they don't want you.
Right.
When they don't sign, look at all these other coaches that they've signed in the offseason. Right? Controversy included. Look at all these other coaches that they've signed. They signed them immediately. It wasn't no, hey, coach the first 5 games and then we'll see. Hey, it was none of that. And I was like, bro, that don't seem right. And then, go ahead.
There are so many different things here, which kind of leads right on to the next part about this. The whole entire program is under
they fired the GM, by the way, the athletic director too.
Yes, but that's the reason it's true. There's so multifaceted to me. On one hand, I do think that I think that a lot of people knew about this,
Apparently and I think knew.
And I think they were like, oh, well, this is how we can get him. I don't think that the athletic director knew because it put him, or I think he knew, but I don't think he had proof. And I think it put him in a bad situation. I can't self-report this because I'll just eventually I'm gonna get fired. If I report this, I'm gonna get fired.
He fired the man with no security,
but
he brought him into the office and said, "You're fired." Normally, when they walk you out with a whole lot of people. And he left and went immediately to her house. That told me, I was like, oh, he knew.
I've also been in a position where it's around the holidays. You have this relationship that you are in, and then you may have a chick on the side and you doing what you're supposed to as a monogamous man in a relationship, and the side don't like that. Oh, I got to go be with my kids. I got to do this with my wife. We're going to these Christmas parties. I don't know what he's over there telling the side chick. You know, people get in line. We're going to be together and I'm going to leave her and all of that. And people get fed up.
Ain't no way you believe that lie for years. This wasn't no 6 months.
Reggie, you using your rational brain. I've seen people believe it for years.
Oh, man. And everybody knew. I'm trying to be like politically correct, but it's like
there's some setup in there for sure.
It was. I told y'all it was a setup from the. That's why I keep going back to when they made him coach with no contract. I was like, bro, they're gonna fire him. I just didn't know how. But you knew that they were gonna fire him because they kept not giving him a contract, but he kept beating Ohio State. He kept winning. Like he beat Ohio State. They weren't good, but he beat Ohio State.
But you also got to know.
He was the fall man for Harbaugh. So you had to kind of keep him there for that because Harbaugh screwed the pooch. And they had that whole thing going on with the gate, the spy gate, and stealing signs and spying and cheating and all of that stuff.
Wait. Also, remember, he had to sit out games before for improperly paying recruits, buying hamburgers and shit. Remember, that was a whole different. There are 5 of these.
And he deleted the text messages. But then he turned them back over. He found them and turned them back over, and there was nothing wrong with them. I was like,
Brady,
this is
you gonna find. You can get this phone if you want it.
All these,
but yeah.
And to me, go ahead.
I think that this is where Michigan is a house divided. I don't think everybody wanted this because this ain't the time for it. Because now it looks super crazy, and I think that this is more alum than the school. And you know how
100% boosters. This is what happens when you let boosters become part of the running of the athletic department.
Right.
Which leads me back to this Utah thing, which is this is just the tip of the iceberg to me of essentially what we believe in the conspiracy is, and what I believe is that the booster decided that they don't want Sharon Moore, but they couldn't figure out a way, and that somehow They used her as a plant.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the whole relationship was a plant, but I do think that they decided
they found
that
the
we're going to use you
Achilles
to
heel.
get out of there, and they paid her an undisclosed amount of money.
This is my way to get rid of him. Now, I don't think that this was great management for her either, because I mean, she looks.
No, she don't.
I think
she don't look crazy. You don't even know what she look like no more. She gonna disappear off the face of the earth in 2 months with $20 million for the rest of her life, and she gonna go get a nice regular man.
If you got $20 million, then you ain't crash out. You crashed in. You crashed into.
Yeah, he's the one that we will never hear from again. We will never see him on the sideline coaching anywhere, ever. Yeah, and I'm just so disappointed because I'm now the liquor hitting. So as a black man, I'm not gonna say you set us back, or I'm not gonna go with all that, but you have to have a level of discernment in your actions. Was he the first black head coach in Michigan?
Yes, this is where I get conflicted, because I do understand that we have to be twice as good to get half as far. You go into places, you have a responsibility. And I mean, pretty much, that was kind of the black Twitter joke was, oh, Michigan never hired another black coach now. And then, I mean, if you really look at it between that and the Mel Tucker situation, it's tough. But I think that it's a knee-jerk overreaction, because it's not really worse than what Urban Meyer did, Bobby Petrino did. It ain't in the same vein as what who was the coach of Michigan State when y'all know I don't fuck with Michigan State, but they did some shit too.
Mel Tucker?
No, before that. And then
Dan
the reason
Tony.
Yes.
Dan
That
Tony.
sale. Yes. I can't ever remember him, damn Tony. Whatever it is, he did some bullshit, and it ain't worse than what Joe Paterno did.
Oh, you talking about what this is? Oh, I mean, Lane Kiffin literally just got hired for $91 million, and all the expose came out of him. Basically, has been going crazy on Ole Miss campus.
But but see, stuff like that, to me, I leave that in a different conversation because it hasn't been corroborated. I'm talking about people who, yes, Urban Meyer, we saw you with the girl in your lap while your wife was at home with the grandkids. Bobby Petrino, we saw you when you crashed the motorcycle. Joe Paterno
did that neck brace conference.
Yeah,
press conference.
Joe Paterno, you let your boy run wild, like all of those things, or was that Larry Nassar at Michigan State with the gymnastics? Like, there are coaches who've done just infinitely 10 times worse. Did Sharon fuck up? Yeah, but so the rest of these coaches.
What's the difference between Sharon and the rest of those coaches?
Oh, he black.
When you see Mel Tucker is a little different because you did that to the compliance lady who was telling y'all not to do that crazy shit, and you did it. But I mean, everybody else does this crazy stuff, and it kind of gets it gets swept under the rug. Bobby Petrino was in the running for the Arkansas job. They wanted him there,
and then wanted him again.
It's like, that's the frustrating thing. And of course, everybody's trying to say, oh, here go black people playing the race card. Well, make it even then. If we don't hear from Sharon Moore again, we shouldn't hear from any of them coaches again.
Exactly. But especially like the Joe Paterno, Larry, like, they were way worse. Those are children. It's just, I mean,
I'm still gonna say it though. Why did you decide to purge yourself after you broke up with the man?
I mean, I think that she will probably, sometimes people on the side get jealous. And if there's somebody, I honestly think it's a perfect storm. You eventually come to the reality that he ain't never going to be your man. And then there's somebody else who is willing to give you a bag to end him. Oh, you know how many side chicks would end a man for an undisclosed amount of money?
Well, whatever. Nope, won't say that. But golly, I hate being politically correct. Karma, if you believe in that sort of thing, will be the final judgment there. With that being said, who do you think could be a replacement for him at Michigan? Mind you, with everything that's going on, this all happened, which again makes sense as to why they did it after National Signing Day, early signing day. So they got their signing class in, and then they did all of this. Mind you, they did this investigation 6 months ago, and they could have dropped it 6 months ago.
Well, I
Not dropped it, but I mean started to do all of these things.
I think that they didn't do a good job in that. I think they just didn't do a good job, because if you're the investigation firm, they would have to pay you an ungodly amount of money to have something this blatant that you just miss, because then it takes your reputation into concern. And one thing that they've done is they've outlined who did that first investigation by 17 times, something in block, and you're like, oh. So now that firm they're going to be looked at as either you knew and you didn't act and you didn't put it in your findings, or you missed this blatantly obvious thing. That ain't got nothing to do with Michigan. That's somebody else's $1 million business that's going to be affected.
Ugly, man. It's ugly. And then so Michigan has to have a whole culture change, which looks like they're about to have with the whole department getting fired. But now you got to find a coach to be able to convince all these players, including Underwood, to stay at Michigan.
You better take your loss. You're not going to be able to keep him. Why? I'm not staying here. Ain't no coach here.
And he was already negotiating $20 million for next year.
Right. And Miami got $10 million if you're available.
And LSU has 30. So, you got to find a coach. And now, Kalen Dobert, who everybody, of course, because Alabama was on the brink of not winning not making the playoffs, has been rumored there. But now
he ain't leaving right now, not to go to this.
Well.
And he said no. He actually.
Well, yeah, sure. He said no. I mean, Nick Saban also said he was going to stay at LSU and then went to the NFL. So, he said no, but if you lose this game to Oklahoma again, everybody knows that this Alabama job has all of the pressure in the world all of the time, because there's literally no other distraction. There's nothing else in Alabama but Alabama and Auburn football for division, as close to pro as you're going to get. So, at that point, I mean, there'd be less expectations, more money. Why not? Why not go to Michigan?
Because it's
Michigan gonna hire a black man anyway. They're gonna hire a black man to keep Keenan.
Oh, it's a black job. This is 100% a black job.
They're gonna hire a black man to clean this up. They gonna
David Tully. Nobody heard of David Tully since the Texans used that man for a year. Hey, bro. Jameis. You want to come do this for a year?
They'll go get somebody. They'll go get somebody for a year or two, a black coach to clean this up, and then they'll go hire Kalen Dobert in 2026 or 2027 if he don't make the playoffs. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Lane trying to get there. Lane been trying to get to Alabama.
Yeah, but if Lane got to Alabama, we had to.
LSU be sick and tired of being sick and tired at that point.
They would have earned it.
You did it to me again?
Yeah, they will have earned it, because Lane has a track record. I think it's pretty clear that he's trying to go to. I think he wants to get to Alabama by any means, by hook or by crook. And you fired Brian Kelly, who you fired him because you didn't like him, not because he wasn't a good coach. You put it on that he just wasn't winning games, but I mean, shit. Had a rough schedule.
Beat Alabama twice.
Right. I think it was a fit, and they blamed it on losing, and I don't think that was a good move. But we can talk about
stand on y'all square. Y'all stop being some suckers. Stand on y'all square. We ain't like the dude. He ain't fit in with the culture. Yeah, fake accent.
The issue is you spending state money.
So obviously it don't matter. They just gave Lane 91.
Right after they said that, we won't ever do this again. You did the same thing and gave him more.
I'm gonna be the one to pick the coach. Yeah, okay. Right. They told you who the coach was gonna be a long time ago.
Right.
Then you committed $15 more million to the NIL budget. If I'm Louisiana, I'm voting everybody out. Everybody get out.
Well, while we talking about people getting out, today has been a day.
Well, hello, Gainesville.
My DMs have blown up. We have lost 5 key players. Well, I don't say 5 key players. We lost 5 guys to the transfer portal. Number 1 being our quarterback, DJ Lagway, with 4,179 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 23 interceptions in his 2 years at Gainesville. He has 2 years of eligibility left. We also lost 3-year starter Jordan Castell with 168 tackles, 12 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions. We lost running back Katie Daniels, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 years of eligibility left, Mr. Football. We lost true freshman Muiz Tonkara, 8 games, 2 catches. And then, Amir Jackson, redshirt freshman, and Tavares Brown, JUCO transfer, and really surprising, Mike Peterson Jr. Y'all may be familiar. His father, Mike Peterson Sr., played linebacker for Florida in the mid-90s. I don't blame these guys for moving on. Now, the big one is, of course, DJ Lagway. When this first came out, I think I said pretty much immediately, I don't think this is all a DJ Lagway decision. He had just signed to train with D1 in Gainesville 3 days ago.
Is this a troll, Josh, or is this a true thing?
No, it's a troll. It's a troll.
Oh,
fair.
Okay.
But like, I don't have any bad blood against DJ Lagway. Like I told y'all, like, I'm not in love with the kid. Like, I don't like, oh, he's a Gator for life. But also I don't have no beef with him either. I wish him the best of luck. I think he's an entertaining football player that needs some development. I do think that Summerall came in and kind of didn't want him. And I don't think he necessarily probably wanted what it was going to cost to pay him. Because DJ Lagway is expensive. And that's where it gets kind of interesting to me is if he doesn't end up at LSU or if he doesn't end up at Florida State, he's probably going to lose a lot of that NIL money.
I don't think it's about NIL money at this point. I think he needs to get a better offense. I think he needs somebody to accentuate his skills because he can throw the ball down the field. He can move.
But he has health issues. He can move. And I mean, I did like that he got the balls to throw 5 interceptions, but I need you to have the common sense not to do it.
The Big 12 is probably where he needs to end up.
Oh, you're right. Texas Tech, what y'all got over there?
No, they going after your man. So another one. So I just followed there's a whole transfer portal Instagram page that I just followed. It's Dylan Raiola is now in the
portal. He want to be Lil Mahomes, but I'm taking Lag. Did he break his ear?
No, you're not taking Lagway over.
Dylan. Oh, Raiola?
Yeah, you're not. No. But I don't. Did Dylan tear his knee up or did he break his leg? I think he broke his leg.
Yeah, I think he broke his leg. He'll be fine.
He'll be back next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's there and he wants to go there, and especially you knew he was going to enter the portal when they fired his uncle. I was like, oh yeah. His brother decommitted.
Yeah, when his brother said no, I knew what this was. Well, we all out here.
Then he got hurt, and then it was they fired his daddy. Or his uncle. I was like, oh yeah, he's out of there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes somewhere. Texas A&M would have been a good look, but I think Marcel Reed is coming back next year.
Yes, he is.
So there's more. Michigan State's quarterback is leaving, even though you ain't heard of him.
But the thing is, you need to get to one of those premier jobs to keep that. It's Nike, it's Red Bull. He was a NIL darling. He got paid. And
it's Miami.
It's Miami or Florida State. It ain't the same at all. They not. You get some of it, but it'll be half.
You know where he would be good? Lagway or Dylan, really any quarterback. Because I think that UCLA quarterback that transferred there, I think he's a senior. It's Tennessee. Josh Heupel, well, now if there's one thing they're gonna do is throw the ball down the field. They may not do anything else, but he gonna throw the ball down the field.
I don't know if I'm taking, he probably a little leery about taking big personalities. And
like
that's what
TJ Lagway ain't no big personality. I ain't never heard him speak.
Not necessarily like a big personality, but he has a large media profile.
I don't think you're worried about that. Versus, I think he's the most manageable. If you put him in that category, he's the most manageable one. He don't really say nothing. He do his job and go home. And it don't. Maybe I'm just not plugged into Florida, but I don't really hear him a lot.
He talks a little bit, but he's media trained. The things he says are mostly good. So,
and at Tennessee, Lagway at Tennessee is very, very interesting.
I don't hate that. And you got 2 years to develop him, and you can kind of redevelop and win some games. Number one, you could stick it to Florida because I think we play them every year. And you're coaching against John Summerall, not Lane Kiffin, so it's gonna be a slower burn. So there's room for you to stick it to him early.
Well, you can just always go ACC. You could always go ACC. That's always the place that you go. I mean, Georgia Tech needs a quarterback now. Haynes Keegan is 25.
Yeah,
so,
but Georgia Tech.
Georgia
Tech has no coaching staff.
Yeah, they took their whole coaches.
They lost. There's at least 4 of them, and 2 of them in Florida.
Yeah, they lost just about all of them. I can't believe Florida, and that'll be my last thought before we move on. I can't believe y'all fired y'all running back. He didn't keep the running back coach. Because that means Ball, who was y'all offense.
I mean, we've had top tier, they haven't all gotten to the NFL and been great, but we've had top tier rushing running backs for a minute now.
Who hasn't made it to the NFL?
Well, they haven't gotten to the NFL and been like killers. They just been kind of okay.
I mean, that's fine. Etienne's good.
Right.
He's never not going to make a team.
Right.
And then you had Dameon Pierce, who I feel should have been the starting running back, but they just kind of moved on.
They're all at least NFL level guys to varying degrees. And if you're putting a running back in the NFL every year, I mean, it's you in Georgia.
Alabama been
fair. Correct. 100% correct. 100% correct. My bad. I was asleep at the wheel.
But that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. This, I will say, if you don't like it, whatever your feelings are on the transfer portal and whatever your feelings are on the whole NIL situation, it has served its purpose. We are locked into college football almost all the time.
There's never, and now you got the NCAA. They got these commercials. Oh, well, formalize this. I'm like, man, out of all the people, y'all had 100 million years to get this right. Now y'all think that everything is out of control. I hope they'll never let the NCAA have nothing.
And then y'all getting y'all man to tweet that they don't need to pay players $14 million. I ain't gonna say his name. His man, y'all carrot, y'all orange. I don't care if they pay the players $30 million. These coaches, right. Jimbo Fisher's buyout was $77 million or something of that, because all y'all people being the TikTok comment, it was actually $76.47257 million. Okay, $70+ million. These coaches leave all the time, and y'all don't say nothing. Van Kiffin just left. So why y'all getting mad at the kids?
And some of us think the lane would leave again, given the right opportunity.
We know it's a matter of time, LSU. Y'all are a stop. Y'all ain't nothing but a fill-in. Y'all a rebound. Woo! I don't mean, and I'm not trying to be mean. But it's lame.
Your sister gonna be offended.
I don't give it. I mean, she know. She made. She got save face, but she know. Don't know everybody. Al Davis, R.I.P., wrote a whole letter to the University of Tennessee and said, "Hey, do not hire this dude. He is a terrible person." Al Davis usurped the ownership of the Raiders. Yeah, that Al Davis said, "Hey, this man is not a good guy.
Hey, don't make this decision. And that's the thing that I will say. If he went, the only way that this, and I guess it kind of makes sense, is you got to win a championship or this is terrible. But he got to win this year or next year, or it's like, oh, what are we doing here?
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, I mean, if there's a time to do it, you would assume it's now, because I'm assuming it's between them and it's a 3-team race in the SEC West: LSU, Alabama, and Texas A&M.
Yeah, but you still got. I mean, you think that Ohio State's going to be there next year? You think that?
I'm in the SEC. I think they need to. I think they got to win the SEC. I think he keeps the crowd quiet if he wins the SEC. You're saying win a national championship? LSU ain't never won the SEC. They haven't won the SEC championship since Honey Badger. He has retired.
Kind of. He said he won't come. He won't do everything. He
sure.
want to coach at LSU.
He ain't on the playing field no more. He ain't wearing no cleats no more.
He said he won't go play for the Texans too. He said that 3 weeks ago.
And
I think he could do it too. Shit, we just saw Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is back. Why not? Hey, 44.
And I think he in way better shape than Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers got more motivation though. Health insurance.
Not now. Y'all want to fire me? I can go.
You can fire me now. As long as you maybe give me that health insurance.
Yeah. But with that being said, we've made it through basketball, HBCU, college football. We'll come back and talk about these funky ass Falcons. That's what we're gonna come.
The Falcony chaos. Burn it all down. Just burn it all down.
What are you?
Burn it down.
No.
Burn the division down. We all
burn. Start in Atlanta.
That too. I got my own match. I got 7 gas tanks.
Y'all remember, please like, follow, subscribe. I'm about to fill my cup up. I'm coming back with a drink, and I'm gonna let Reggie kind of have this because y'all know I'm sick. And when I'm done, we are Napiering. And I'm sick of that shit. And when I'm done with you, y'all know I'm done with you. Take that however you will.
We'll be right back. There's a joke there. But we'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 211 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw, the NFL segment. And I want to tell you what pissed me the fuck off about the Falcons. Let's start early. We here now. Liquor flowing. Work from home day tomorrow. The Dolphins getting smoked by the Steelers 28-9. 28-9. This is the same Dolphins team that came to Atlanta and beat us 34-3. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, our coaches are terrible.
I don't even know if there's a word to describe how bad our coaches have been.
Awful, terrible, deplorable. I can go on for days.
Yeah, all of those words don't have enough oomph for me. Not enough. It needs to be worse.
Oh, they suck.
And swallow. Like, it's all bad. Like, it's terrible. But
I'm so tired of shiny face Raheem, bro.
Raheem, and somehow in a game that was Thursday Night Football, where the Falcons the week before had officially been eliminated from playoff contention against a relatively healthy, almost fully healthy Bucs team in Tampa Bay with no Drake London.
Wait, give more context. No Drake London. 19 penalties. Nothing like breaking a record, franchise record. You think it'd be for something good. No, it's for penalties. We were down 28-14 and a half. And for the people who are listening and the people who can see, the score, you're right, correct. 28-14 in the fourth quarter. We somehow win on a game-winning field goal, 29-28 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were and maybe still are at the top of the NFC South because of the way everything shook out.
I want y'all to focus on not the NFC South, not the Buccaneers, not all of that. I want y'all to focus on that we won on a game-winning kick.
Shout out to Shane Gonzalez.
Falcons have had 4 kickers this year. I'm sure that's a record too. I don't think anybody's going to talk about it. I'm sure that that's a record. I'm sure it's a record that we fired a kicker after 1 week. I'm sure all of those
gather
are
your
records
things.
of terribleness.
Especially when you knew he wasn't good last year.
But I said, hey, we got to kick it with OCD. I said, you know what? That might actually work out. That might work out because he gonna kick it the same way every time. Everybody else got to do the same thing.
And I'm gonna tell y'all that because I watch things and I feel like I don't see them until I go to Twitter. Like the same way when Embiid I was tripping and I was like, I can't be the only person who see his eyes tripping. Same thing when Zane Gonzalez. I forgot who he was kicking.
B was blinking. Yes. Wait, hold on. And B was blinking one eye at a time.
I was scared for him, bro. I was like, bro, ain't no way I'm the only person seeing his eyes ain't blinking at the same time. But same thing with Zane Gonzalez. I forgot where he was playing before, but I kept seeing his thing is he's got like a tick, and his hair has to be perfect before he puts the helmet on. So if you're and you know they always show the videos of kickers before, and you'll see him, and he'll be like, and then when he get it just how he wanted, then he put the helmet on, and you're like, oh, that can't be. And then eventually they came out and said he has obsessive compulsive disorder. But as long as he's obsessive compulsive and his disorder is kicking field goals, then bro, you good with me.
Did you watch this game?
Yes, absolutely. This is the Falconiest of games, though, because as soon as we eliminate it is when
we decided to throw the ball to Kyle Pitts forever. Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson this is the epitome of y'all make shit too difficult. We've been saying all year, just give the ball to the players. Just give the ball to the players that make plays. Put everybody on the field at the same time and give the ball to the players that make plays. Kyle Pitts is a matchup nightmare. And we kept putting him in. We finally just decided to give him the ball because we had nobody else to throw the ball to. Mooney's out of there. And then Bijan is the other guy. And unfortunately, Algiers out of there for different circumstances. But
you think so?
Yeah. But these two had
this. Okay, I'm gonna let you
hell of a game. Good, yeah. I want to talk about how the Bucs really lost this game.
Fuckers are inept. They suck at their job. They don't deserve the job that they have. The most frustrating part to me is they continue to receive paychecks and coach teams when we know that you are not capable of doing this job. I don't typically like to insult black coaches because there's enough of that going around. But Raheem, you suck. You got at least 3 Ferraris. You can't drive a stick, brother. I hate to tell you. This shows. Now, I don't think that Kyle Pitts is this good. I think that the zone was beatable, and I think that they took advantage of it and did not make the necessary changes and adjustments. But I do think that Kyle Pitts is better than what he's looked like. And if you really look at over the season, he's a Pro Bowler. His numbers are especially after this game, is going to put him at probably 1 or 2 tight end in the NFL this year. Bijan has done this all season. It's amazing that we can score in the red zone now. And this is no Drake London. We knew this offense was high power. We knew this offense was unbelievable. We just got clowns driving the car. If I'm Arthur Blank, I don't care about this win. Everything here says fire these guys.
No, everybody can get fired.
This is embarrassing. And also, if I'm Terry Fontenot, don't come to me. Don't even mention my name. Because this, between the offense and defense, I want to show this because this is a part of it right here. Boom. Sack record for JPJ. So let me go ahead and clear something up. First of all, he had 6 sacks in the last 6 games. Last guy to do that, Michael Parsons. Number 2, don't ever talk to me about a trade with the Rams. There ain't no James Pierce Jr. in this draft from what I see. And ain't no Xavier Watts, because that's another part of the deal. We were able to move up to get him. So the deal was a slam dunk. I attribute that to Terry Fontenot. He's built a really good team. Jalen Walker has 5 sacks. James Pierce Jr. has 6.5 sacks with games to play. You got enough groceries.
And if I'm Ulbrich, hey, where do I sign? Because we went from not being in the top nothing. We've been 30th or worse, 25th or worse every year for the past decade, including the Super Bowl year. And now we're second in the league in sacks at 48. And we're not going to catch Denver because they got 58. but
I don't know. We might have a 10. I mean, can we play the Browns a couple times?
No, because then we got to play Myles Garrett. Like we
perked up.
But what's frustrating to me about this win, and this was the Falconians win. We were 4th and 17. Shout out to David Sills. Way to lose the game and win the game.
Hey, bro.
You dropped the touchdown to go ahead, and then you converted all. Then in the last drive, you had 3 catches. I said, well,
hey,
okay.
I said, hey, man, go ahead, bring your key card, control, alt, delete, gather your things, brother. When he dropped, he was wide the fuck open. Wide the fuck open. And y'all know how I feel about certain groups of receivers. I ain't got to say it because you already know it. But at that point, I was through.
And to me, what's frustrating is and concerning. It's frustrating and concerning. The frustrating part is that the offense, with everybody hurt, it's like it was easier to call the offense because it was dumbed down because there was really nobody else to throw the ball to. Mooney wasn't it. Well, I don't know if Mooney has just decided that it's over with or if he's still hurt or whatever, but he wasn't it. So they just said, we're going to throw the ball to Kyle Pitts, and we're going to figure out many different ways to get the ball to Kyle Pitts. And that's what they did. But what's frustrating is the fact that we were like 70-some% pistol formation. And then when Kirk comes in, we're down to like 14%. And all of a sudden, our play action pass looks great. All of a sudden, the zone running game looks great. All of a sudden, Kyle Pitts has, which I'm assuming would be a receiver, there has time to like actually run his routes because they have to respect the run of Bijan. Like now, all of a sudden, Zach Robinson's offense looks like it makes sense, which it does. But you decided to do that shit after the season is over with everybody else hurt. Imagine what this offense could have looked like and done if you decided to run under the center the whole time and had these with Michael Penix. And this is why I said it's concerning, because as much as I think these coaches suck, I don't think they're stupid.
Oh, I do. Let me tell you.
Game management aside, there may be a reason why they did not put Michael Penix under center.
What's that?
I mean, he ain't never been under center.
Well, this is the thing. If you're going to lose the game, at least give him the experience.
I mean, fair. But he's never been under center. And then they said in the all of the shit that we were kind of questioning in the offseason with like, oh, yeah, we're going to run more stuff off the pistol. All of that makes sense now of why. To the only puzzle piece that I can put together that's missing is that Michael Penix does not know how to do a 5 to 7 step drop from under center. Something that he does not know how to do.
If you're going to lose, you develop the player. You can't lose and not develop.
Yeah, but this year they technically couldn't lose, right? Because if they lose, which they lost, right, you were going to get them fired. They were going to be fired. Okay, this was it. So now you have and you stepped out there and said Michael Penix is our starting quarterback before even training camp started. So you've already made that commitment, so you can't walk it back, right?
Reggie.
So you got to now you committed to the pistol because that's what makes him comfortable.
If you can't get this man, then this ain't the job for you.
I agree. I say all that. I agree.
Right. But see, you be doing all of that. You be giving them all the bail. Take your ass on home, Tommy. You fired. We need somebody else who can drive this car. because this car is nice. It's got all the amenities, all the bells, and all the whistles. The defense is stacked. The offense is everything you need for a person who's capable. I think it's clear that we're not capable. Because it's not even like people are having bad seasons. Bijan, I think, leads the NFL in yards from scrimmage.
And don't play no special teams.
Right. Kyle Pitts.
It's a top 5 tight end in the league.
Drake London, top 10 wide receiver. What else you want from an offense? That's the reason if I'm Terry Fontenot, hey, don't hit my line.
Well, I mean, Terry Fontenot deserves some of the credit, and some of the blame. Most of the credit, some of the blame. Because to me, the moves that we didn't make,
I will say that is another year of not making moves when you knew you should have made moves. And I don't know, you deserve the blame for Mooney having a broken shoulder, collarbone, and not making an adjustment. Even if Raheem said we rocking with it, you should be like, no, I'm not rocking with that.
Raheem. I don't care what Raheem say.
Right.
He ain't never had no winning record.
Right.
Listen, I'm Tyronn Lue. Man, fuck CP. Fuck Raheem. He can go to hell. Go get the players. Ain't no name on it. What he say? Ain't no name on it. Get it and go. Ain't no name on it.
I 100% agree with that. Now that part, I agree. You got to make a move. That's how you pay your family bills.
And shout out to
whatever Raheem got going on. Hey, brother, I'm not jumping down. I'm not getting into that with you.
I don't. Man, look. Shout out to the defense. Mike Evans got hurt. A lot of y'all been talking shit about Kobe Bryant. He went up against a future Hall of Famer in his first real NFL action, extended action, and yes, he got cooked. Mike Evans, 6 catches, 132 yards. They eventually just decided wherever 37 is who we throwing the ball to.
And like you got a full complement of receivers. He's guarding Mike Evans because what was it? D. Alford that went out. And
Mike Hughes,
excuse me. Mike Hughes went out. And you're playing against Baker, who is a solid quarterback.
Right. And so you either had Mike Evans or they ran Mike Evans in motion. So then you had Chris Godwin.
Right.
And if you didn't have then you had Emeka Egbuka, he's not going to be offensive rookie of the year because it's probably going to be like you said. But he's probably going to be number 2. Yeah. And then if you don't have them two, then
and
you
a hell of a
Chris
guy.
Godwin.
Right.
Then you got Chris Godwin.
And
so it's well, cool. But shout out to Ulbrich again.
Letting him rock.
Because in the fourth quarter, he started cheating over to Kobe Bryant's side because the Bucs were just throwing out routes. Yep. All they did the second half was throw out routes. And shout out to D. Alford and Ulbrich. They said, hey, they throw this out route here at the end of the game.
Got him.
To Mike Evans. And D. Alford, he may get burnt. He's had a really good season this year.
Hell of a catch.
And he had a great pick. Ulbrich, if y'all fire Ulbrich and keep Raheem, I'm watching European football. Bring back the Ryan Fire. I'm not watching the Falcons next year if y'all do that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, the defense, everything is good. It's just coaching. It's 19 penalties. It's not getting plays in on time. It's having to bring the offensive coordinator down from upstairs to the field. It's you firing the wrong guy to try to move things around. It is literally operational with this. Where do you think you can get a fucking upgrade? There are no more better running backs. This is as good as it gets. Tight ends.
Shout out to LaCale London too. He came back and he had I didn't realize he had 4 sacks in the season. He didn't even play but 9 games.
This defense got 48 sacks.
Y'all not firing. You can't fire Terry. You can't fire Terry. I know y'all made y'all little TikTok videos. Y'all be in the comments.
Hey,
it's cool. I appreciate the banter. Y'all can't fire Terry this year. You can't. He's literally put Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Matthew Bergeron,
Drake London, Xavier Watts,
Billy
Bowman,
who has a torn Achilles, but he's going to come back. found D. Alford off the trash heap, got Jalen Walker, James Pierce, Jesse Bates, until Kirk Cousins' arm fell off. Darnell Mooney was looking great.
And you got Michael Penix Jr. that broke the draft for 3 years. Like he ain't been perfect, but if I'm looking at GMs, he's
better than every quarterback coming out this year. I bet y'all take Michael Penix first in this draft.
Every draft since Michael Penix has been drafted, you'd be like, you know what? If we went back and had a draft again, I would rather have Michael Penix.
So I mean, like, bruh, 19 penalties and we still won. Oh, this is what I wanted to go back to. Bucks, y'all can't lose this game. Y'all 28-14 in the fourth quarter. Baker Mayfield does what most Baker Mayfield haters do, that try to latch on to. He throws a pick in the fourth quarter. He telegraphed his pass. I don't understand why you accepted that penalty when it was 2nd and 28 and y'all accepted a penalty. I don't understand that. There were so many. Everything had to go right for the Falcons to win this game and wrong for the Bucks.
Yeah, now that is on Todd Bowles.
Todd, you cussing? Ain't changing nothing.
No, that it was performative. But yeah, you making that call and giving us an extra down instead of taking the 4th down was crazy. You put us back in the game. That's on you. As a person who's seen their coach make stupid decisions.
I mean,
you, brother, and just own up to it. Now, this is the thing. I said Baker been holding you down for the last couple of years and keeping you out of being fired. You keep making decisions like that, you know they won't get that job to a white man.
They didn't already pay Baker, so
they would love nothing more to give that job to a white man. So
he got all his offensive coordinators their jobs. That's crazy. He got like 3 of them jobs, I believe, except for Leftwich. Wonder why.
And hey, you can't continue. You better chalk that one up, but you got to figure this out. And you got bailed out. I think it's.
Yeah, go on. We can switch now. I can't. Well, and
somehow, some
bitch ass motherfuckers, bro. I'm gonna have to edit all that out. 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 5 seconds. I have to edit that out.
Well, you might as well get the rest of it out then.
We done did all that solid for y'all. Y'all thanking us, Carolina Panthers, for giving y'all the lead. Y'all had to go against the
clown behavior.
2-10. 2-10. And y'all went up there and got beat by Tyler Shuck, Chris Olave, and the Pips. I'm telling you, the whole division gonna end up 8-9. And it's gonna be frustrating. The whole division gonna end up 8-9. It's gonna happen.
That was the reason I was like, I don't know how. I feel like we could all end up with the same amount of games won. Now, I've tried to be very fair with the quarterbacks post Michael Penix, because I think they've all basically been the same person to varying degrees. And I keep telling Reggie about Tyler Shook, and he's not terrible. He is not terrible.
That is not a compliment.
Y'all was beating that man down about them passes he was making. And there was some bad passes. But I also know 7-on-7 passes don't have nothing to do with football. And the kid has been all right. I think the kid's all right. I don't think he's a world beater.
That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault.
Okay, so let me tell you who the Panthers are. The Panthers are the team that plays to whatever level of their competition. So if you are the Rams, we're going to play like the Rams. If you are the Saints, then we're going to play like the Aints. And that is not promising. That's a coaching thing. That means your team's only getting up for big games. But I think that team is like, they're like the mini Falcons. You got Bryce. You got a running game.
Bryce has not played well enough for him to solidify his spot.
Okay, I mean, he's played as good as Michael Penix has played, I think. Might be better.
Yeah, he's in what, year 3? Year 4?
No, year 3. Yeah, he's in year 3.
You would assume that his offensive coordinator / head coach is much better than Zach Robinson.
No, I wouldn't. He's coaching Carolina.
Shit. He was offensive coordinator for Baker.
Y'all, I think Baker is just good.
Okay. I don't think Bryce has solidified his spot.
Oh,
here.
I think that if like where they are, they're competing for the NFC South. I did not think there was a chance in hell that Carolina Panthers will be competing.
He averaged 6.8 yards a pass.
Okay, fire him. I bet you the Cardinals will take him.
And I bet you they would take Kyler. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a swap there. Now, for whatever reason, I don't understand how Ted McMillan only got 2 catches.
I think
Jalen Coker got. I mean, I didn't watch this game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. There was no way in hell I was watching this game. But the Saints defense must have been going crazy.
I think that if you double Ted, then Xavier Leggett, they never showed up nowhere.
Except for the Falcons.
Or when they grilling raccoons. That's it. You tell him that it's some raccoons on the grill, he gonna show up. You tell him it's a football game on Sunday, I got other things to do. Where my 4-wheeler?
Dowdell, like what is really missing is they paid Chuba Hubbard that money, and he has just fallen off a cliff. Rico Dowdell essentially took his role.
Correct. I think the Panthers have hope, and as long as they have draft picks, they should be able. They're going to be able to. I mean, because the other part is the Bucs are getting older.
I think the Panthers are in the fell clutch. Personally, I don't think they'll ever. If they don't do it this year, they ain't never going to be better than 2 or 3.
I think that they would be happy to be consistently 2 or 3. I think that boy, do you know our record?
Yes, I'm not happy with it.
Right, but I think the expectation was way higher for us.
The expectation was division. We supposed to win the division. Correct. I would never be happy coming in second and almost winning the division.
Correct.
This division. So you saying the Panthers being happy being 2 or 3 is loser talk?
I disagree there. I disagree. I think that the Panthers should be thrilled to be second. That means they were better than 2. Yes.
And I agree that I still If you playing for second or third and the other person, the first team ain't head and shoulders above you, you loser. You're a loser.
Okay. I think the best thing the team can do is normalize having winning seasons first. I think that until you get players used to winning, then all the rest of that is not. So yeah.
The winner of this division is probably going to be 8-9. That's a losing season.
That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. But I mean, we are literally the Spider-Man meme. Everybody is. The Bucs is the issue, is because at least you can say the Falcons are young and struggling. The Bucs are old and struggling. And they was I saw us roll. I saw Vita Vea get rolled a couple times like a goddamn yoga ball too, boy. They hit them over. It ain't looking the same no more, brother. Speaking of teams, congratulations to the Ravens.
Hey, you lost this bet, didn't you?
Did we bet on this?
You bet oh boy, Russ. He took the Ravens, you took the Bengals.
I gotta go back and watch it, but I'm not sure. But the Ravens monkey stomped them. I think this is 31-0.
To nothing. And I started Joe Burrow for the first time this year. Got me right on out them playoffs.
This doesn't tell me anything. The Ravens beat a terrible defense. And
link to George Pickens, though.
Yeah. When I told y'all they're linked to George Pickens, they will end up with Cooper Kupp.
Oh, no, you took the Ravens. He took the Bengals. Damn, Russ, what were you thinking?
Oh, you went back and looked at
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that. Well, the other part was I knew the Bengals were basically toast, and the Ravens, this was must win. You can't lose to this team. So that was my thought process.
Again,
you got it. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you can't lose this one. This game specifically. If you lose this one, all hell breaks loose over there. And now, as much as I would like to see all hell break loose because of their mismanagement of assets, I just didn't think that this would be the weekend to happen. What else?
Go back. Too fast. True or false? Joe Burrow is a Cincinnati Bengal next year, as he has thrown out the word retirement now for the second time. Eventually, you get tired of working for a terrible employer.
He's there for next year, whether he thinks so or not. They're not trading him. And they're also not. You think they're gonna send you somewhere where you can go be a world beater? You are delusional. I mean, we're on one of the as much as I like Penix, I like Joe Burrow more.
Yeah, Burrow, hey, come win a championship and get out. It don't matter.
Yeah,
Penix ain't playing next year.
Hey, bro, if you get us a championship, you can get right the hell out. The next season, we will carry you on to your. Hey, you be Andrew Luck, brother. Andrew Good Luck,
right? We'll love you, and we'll talk about it. But it'll be a whole lot of owls in the building.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, I am the biggest Matt Ryan fan, and sometimes I feel like I'm the only Matt Ryan fan. But a championship changes things.
Especially for the Falcons.
it changes everything. You are the king of the castle. There ain't nothing that you don't deserve, own, all of the above. It's all yours.
AFC North, Dolphins, Steelers smacked the Dolphins 28-15. It should have been, it was really worse than that. They scored at the end to make it 28-15.
Please fire multiracial McDaniel.
So here's my thing. I said, and I'm going to ask you this. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to tell you my thought process before we move on. My thought process, we fire Raheem. We need to keep Ulbrich, but we need to hire somebody that has rapport with Ulbrich in terms of keeping the defense the same or similar, so he doesn't have to change the scheme. I don't want to Ryan Nielsen this thing. So if we keep Ulbrich, what do you think about hiring Robert Saleh and multiracial? Saleh being the head coach, Ulbrich being the defensive coordinator, Multi being the offensive coordinator. I feel like that's actually pretty feasible.
I think you got it backwards, but I like that combination.
No, they're not making it. Multi has disciplinary problems.
No, hell no. Let me be very clear. I was not suggesting him ever be a head coach again.
I said Saleh be the head coach, Multi be the offensive coordinator. Oh, you said Ulbrich be the head coach.
I think that you promote Ulbrich up. I like a guy who
you're not gonna get Saleh there. He's not gonna take a lateral.
I think that he should take the lateral because that gives you an opportunity to prove to bump yourself. 49ers, Shanahan's gonna get the lion's share of the credit, no matter what happens. It's just how life is. You go to Atlanta and they have success, and you're a part of that, then you get thrown back into, well, if he can do it in Atlanta, he can do it anywhere.
I mean, 48 sacks. They're gonna say that's Jeff Ulbrich's defense.
Atlanta ain't been good for. We not one of them places where it's like, oh, well, you just went over there and rolled coattails. Nah. Every year we reproving ourselves. Let's be real here. Nobody taking any of this for granted.
The only way that your scenario works is if Ulbrich gets offered to be a head coach somewhere else. Then you would make him a head coach here. But if he doesn't get a head coach offered somewhere else, I would keep him as defensive coordinator. I think
my thing is, if I'm Jeff Ulbrich, how the hell your offense? I mean, your pass rush was terrible. I fixed that. You gonna bring in another guy who's a defensive coach to coach the team?
Yes.
I don't know his demeanor. I don't know his aspirations. I will take offense to that.
That's right. It's just a thought.
But I like the combination of those guys because I feel like that those guys all can do their.
They were all except for Salah. They were all on the
specialists.
Same
Yeah. They're all like very capable. Some of the best at their coaching position.
Who's going to win the AFC North? The Steelers just beat the Dolphins. Ravens destroyed the Bengals. The Browns are inconsequential.
The Ravens have to win it.
Why? They're losing now.
Because if they don't win it,
I feel like they got a built-in excuse. They started out 1-6 because Lamar was hurt.
If they don't win it, burn it down. Burn it down. Somebody has to go.
Burn? There's nobody to burn.
That's the reason that you got to burn it down. Because
if you're saying trade Lamar,
Harbaugh.
Okay, and then you still got that team.
I think you go. That's another place where multiracial McDaniel, I think, would do them a world of good.
With what personnel?
Oh, you when you leave you're leaving hard-nosed football behind. I'm asking them to take a step into the right direction. That's been the biggest issue to me from the beginning is they run the wrong fucking offense.
So you saying get rid of Todd Monken too? You come right back to Georgia too, bro. Come on.
I don't think that they run an offense. That's always been my issue. It's not an offense that's conducive to being successful long term. Derrick Henry, hey, I hate to say it, but that's got to go. I'd be interested in that. And it's cheaper. Way cheaper. All of that makes way more sense to me. I think that they've been doing the wrong thing for a long time and thinking that because Lamar keeps winning MVPs, that's the right thing to do. And it's not getting them any closer. And this year, you don't have Mahomes, you don't got Burrows, and you ain't even in the conversation. If you don't get it this year, I'm telling you, Andy Reid and the Chiefs going to get back at it.
Oh, all right. We could talk about the Chiefs in a minute. Nah.
Get on right here. Boom.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is where I was going with the rest of the NFC North. I'm sorry, AFC North. The Bears smacked the Browns, which is not surprising. The Bears, again, is it Ryan Poles?
Yes, they paid him ahead of time, and he didn't.
And he said, "Hey, I'm going to get Ben Johnson." And now I will say I don't know if he's really hit it out of the park with the free agents. I think Grady Jarrett was a miss. They got Montez Sweat, who's been consistent, and then of course the DB. But it don't matter if you get the right coaching staff. So
right.
And 31-3 was just an
ass whooping. And this is the reason I did not want Shedeur to play. Is you're going to, and that's the thing for me that never made sense. Is first it was like, oh, they don't want him to play. Then you have people saying, oh, well, they set him up that if he plays these last games, then he's going to look bad. Well, in that, there's not really an answer that works. The second part is when he plays against teams that are reasonable teams, it don't look good. Beating the Raiders, and who else did they beat that was just terrible?
Who? The Bears or
the Browns? The Browns. No. Losing to the Titans and beating the Raiders. Well, that's always been my thing is I don't have enough information to know if the kid is serviceable or not, but I think that Dylan Gabriel is going to he might do it differently, but I think you're going to get the same results. I think in the two games where you play the Raiders and you play the Colts, not the Colts. I think he played pretty good against the Titans. I'm not sure if Dylan Gabriel could have done that. But what you got against the Raiders, what you got against the 49ers, and what you got against the Bears, I think it's the same thing you get from Dylan Gabriel.
I don't think Dylan Gabriel could have made that pass to Jerry Jeudy. One, where and Jerry Jeudy just is absolutely selling right now. He's losing money by the.
I think that Jerry Jeudy got sold first. You might say he's selling now, but he got sold. Because you want to know what when he wasn't selling, when he had Jameis. He's a world beater then. That was always my answer. You putting these quarterbacks in who are not going to keep receivers happy, even if you're losing, it's way easier to take a loss if you had a good game. I know that ain't what the teams want to hear. I know that ain't what the fans want to hear. But these wide receivers specifically understand that the shit that matters and how I get paid is on my production. And if you give me a guy where I can't produce, then I am not going to be able to get the money that I think I deserve when it's time to ask for it again. And I think that's exactly what happened to Jerry Jeudy. But one thing that I'm cool with is drop his value. I love to have you in Atlanta, Jerry Jeudy, because I think I don't think you're a world beater, but I think you can be a top tier 2. Great 2.
I mean, yes, he is a number 2. He's definitely out of his position at number 1. I don't think Dylan Gabriel could make some of the throws that Shador is making. Shador, I think, has done a really good job of eliminating one of the biggest problems biggest deficiencies in his evaluation was the fact that he dropped back 27 yards. Like, you don't really see that right now. And he seems to have gotten better because of that. Now he's actually going through his progressions. He's making his reads. He's making the good throws.
But the other part is he's still throwing interceptions. I know one of those is Jerry Jeudy's. That's his. He put it on his shoulder in the end zone. You catch that. He put it on the 3. That was a great throw. But you threw 2 more picks.
Fair. I mean, fair. I'm not going to argue that he threw 2 more picks. But at the same time, we give a lot of other quarterbacks what's the word? Grace because of their because their lack of preparation in terms of being able to get in there or whatever.
Who else would you think is afforded that much grace?
Cam Ward.
Oh yeah, I mean
any rookie quarterback, quarterback that's a starter.
I think that Cam. I don't like to put Cam in any other situation because his team is so much more terrible than everybody else's team.
Their offense is just as bad as Cleveland's offense.
I 100% disagree. I think that Quinshon Judkins, Harold Fannin, David Njoku, and Jerry Jeudy, they're better than everything on Tennessee. Hands down, not even close. And these are guys like Njoku's just good. I think that Jerry Jeudy is a good 2, which makes you a pretty decent receiver. Quinshon Judkins, top 10.
I think top 10? 2.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, who the fuck is catching passes in Tennessee?
I think Tony Pollard is as good a running back as Quinshon Judkins or better.
Sure, I'll give you that. Who's catching passes in Tennessee?
Your Florida dude.
DK is doing everything. He is just punt return, kick return, running back. But he's not a guy who you can say, all right, I can just put you out there and play a position. He is literally multi-purpose statting it to death.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the thing.
I don't think Jerry Jeudy is 10 times better than any. Jerry Jeudy ain't the greatest receiver.
Who is the wide receiver 1 or 2 for the Titans at this point?
I know Eric Elaminar is the 2. I don't know who the 1 is. Right. But that doesn't change anything.
I think Jerry Jeudy smokes both of those guys.
Jerry Jeudy ain't the savior of the Cleveland Browns. He ain't what? I think you're giving Jerry Jeudy too much.
So you think
credit
Jameis
to
propped him
strengthen your
up?
argument, huh?
You think Jameis propped him up?
Yeah,
Or he got lucky?
both. Two things can be true. Jerry Jeudy, how did he end up in Cleveland? Because he wasn't good.
He was with the Broncos before.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Who did they have at quarterback then? Nobody.
Russell.
Oh, well, you know what that was. Coach hated him. That was never going to work.
Yeah, but no. See what I mean? You giving Jerry Jeudy a whole lot of grace for being mid.
Okay. I think that we have different valuations, Jerry Jeudy.
Once again, obviously we do.
I would love to have, hey, Jerry, you want to get to Atlanta? Love to have you here.
Yeah, I mean, as a number two.
I mean, Jerry Jeudy,
as
first
a 2 or 3,
season, 865 yards. Second season, 500 yards is not nearly enough. Third season, 972 yards. Fourth season, 758 yards. And then last season, 1,229 yards.
So, yes, Jameis propped him up. Yes.
I mean, Jameis just threw him the ball a reasonable amount of times. I think, honestly, if you kind of the receiver, shit.
Jerry Jeudy.
The cat, like, I will tell you what it looks like the answers kind of extrapolate out to is he's just not getting enough targets. Because when you give him a decent amount of targets, I mean, his reception average is 16.5 yards per catch.
Mm-hmm.
But you only got 40 receptions. I don't think you had to have a lot of drops. But either way,
he does.
But he ain't got that many drops. You ain't got 50 drops.
No, not 50 drops. No. But I don't think Jerry Jeudy is a number one. I think he's a decent number two. And I feel like you're giving Jerry Jeudy a lot of grace. Because if you were to read those stats for somebody that you didn't like, you would shit on him.
Okay, so what about Harold Fannin?
I know you would shit on him.
Harold Fannin
is a rookie. He was good with Shador. He didn't have a touchdown catch with. He's on my fantasy league. That's how I know. He didn't have a touchdown catch with Dylan Gabriel.
Okay,
I'm for real. I'm like 99% sure that's right. And maybe I think he only got like 2 or 3 for the year, and they all came with Shador. He may have had one breakout game. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that.
He honestly hasn't played that great. He just made some big catches. Other than that Tennessee game, 114. You're right. But Njoku's still there.
Njoku ain't did shit.
But you do believe him to be good, right? Or no?
Njoku hasn't done shit with Dylan or your boy. And that is coaching. Which brings me to Kevin Stefanski. Do you believe that the card fell out of Shador's thing or that he gave him the wrong one? Because there's been 2 things that have been reported. The resident splash cast Cleveland Brown fan. I don't know if Browner is the correct thing. Cleveland Brown fan says, Tremaine says that it was actually confirmed that Kevin Stefanski gave him the wrong wristband with all the plays, which I don't believe that. I don't know why you would have 2 separate wristbands. So that doesn't make sense to me.
Nope. Just fire him. Fire him.
Why won't they? Well,
no.
Wait till the end
this is my thing. Fire him. Who do you think is going to coach this team to be any better next year?
Oh, somebody. Kevin Stefanski has made terrible play calls. Terrible. He ran a double reverse on the game tying 2.
When was the last time the Cleveland Browns had a good coach?
I don't know. But they can get somebody better than Stefanski. Stefanski seems like he's actively trying to lose. Last week was an active loss. That going for 2 with a double reverse from Quinshon Judkins is that's active to me. Is actively trying to.
You want Freddie Kitchens back?
He was interim. Oh, he's got to be interim.
No, he coached the team 2019.
To what?
6-10
for 1 year. That's interim. He wasn't the coach.
You want Hugh Jackson back? 3-36. And
they
now coaching in
they fucked you over. Hugh Jackson, they fucked you over. You remember that was the Sashi Brown years, wasn't it?
Correct. Sashi got that long.
Yeah. Shout out to you, ownership. They sabotaged that whole thing right there.
But also Hugh Brown went to Grambling and got fired, bro. He is now coaching in the Mayan Bowl. I saw that today.
Yeah. I mean, you went to Grambling, but that you can't compare those. That's two different things. He was trying to get Grambling to spend money.
You want Mike Petty in back? 10-22?
All this tells me is that you are terrible at picking coaches. That don't change the fact that Stefanski needs to be fired.
Correct. But what I'm saying is, when was the last time they had
who are you going to get better than Raheem? Right? It's the same thing for the Falcons. We had Raheem.
No. Okay, let me explain Let me explain to why I think that these things are different. I believe that if a coach comes in to the Atlanta Falcons, you can coach his team to winning the NFC South. I don't think that any coach can come in and fix this Brown situation. And all of this quarterback talk is for nothing. Deshaun Watson will be back next year.
Right. But that was never the conversation. The conversation was, first off, you said that Shador, you kept saying, you said it like 5 times on Sunday. You said it like, are we sure that Shador is not better than Dylan? And I think that I'm saying yes, he's better than Dylan Gabriel. And then that leads to the bigger conversation of why was Dylan Gabriel drafted before Shador, which then leads to the other conversation of how terrible of a coach is Stefanski to keep making these decisions and mistakes over and over and over again.
I think that Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders are, while they do different things, you're going to get the same result. I think that has
to do with Dylan Gabriel. I don't think that has to do with Shador. I think Stefanski is a terrible coach. I think
I'm saying is I think that if you put Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders on any team, you're going to get about the same result. You put those two guys and say, hey, you play with this team, you play with this team, you're going to get the same thing.
I disagree. 100% I disagree. Dylan Gabriel doesn't have the arm strength or
right. So you throw the ball, you make your offense different around a guy. Okay, you don't throw the ball down the field. Okay, well, I'm going to throw short routes.
That hamstrings you.
Okay, so you have the guy who throws the ball down the field. He throws it better down the ball. He throws the ball down the field better, but you're also probably going to have to deal with some interceptions and some sacks.
Dylan Gabriel had the same thing, but he just couldn't throw the ball down the field. Okay. He had interceptions and sacks too.
Well,
so that's my point. Like, if you're going to have interceptions and sacks, I'd rather have the guy that can throw the ball down the field versus the guy that can't.
Okay. I mean, I think that both of these guys will end up playing somewhere else, and we'll get another chance to see. But I think that all of the quarterbacks.
I don't think Dylan Gabriel starts anywhere else in the NFL. I think Shador will probably go to not Oakland. He's going to go to another dumpster fire and start again. I don't think Dylan Gabriel starts in any other scenario. I don't think Dylan Gabriel starts.
I think that
any other scenario in the league.
I don't think that, honestly, I don't think that either one of these guys should be starting. I don't think they're starting quarterbacks.
I think Shador is probably more.
You think that
in the league than Dylan Gabriel?
Do you think that Shador Sanders is a starting quarterback on a legitimate team?
What is a legitimate team? I think he starts with. No, I don't think either one is on a legitimate team. Not right now. I think the Shador has flashed more ability to be a starting quarterback in the NFL than Dylan Gabriel has. For sure.
I think both are backups.
Okay. If you look at, let me look at this real quick before I say that, because I'll be speaking out of emotion sometimes. I don't really have much to back up on this, but I want to make sure before I do these stats.
I think that both guys are backup quarterbacks. I think that Tyler Shuck on a legitimate team is a backup. I think that
oh, well then none of this matters then. Because you just said Tyler Shuck was pretty good like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so pretty good in managing the Saints. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that he's pretty good in the NFL. Oh, wait. Let me clarify that for anybody who thought that that's what I meant. I think that he's doing a pretty good job in New Orleans. Do I think that he is a legitimate starting quarterback for a team? No. Hell no.
So what's the line? Who's a starting quarterback now that is not a legitimate starting quarterback? What's the line?
Hold on. I can tell you.
Because you knew that's where I was going with Tyler Shuck. You knew that's where I was going.
No. No. He's just managing the Saints. Not like, he's not like on a team and like, oh, yeah, this guy is legitimate.
That's why I keep asking legitimate. Because you throw words in there, and then when I come up there and say, well, you said Tyler Shuck, and you're like, well, that's not what I meant with legitimate.
I think that Tua
is the line. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he's about the line. You worse than Tua?
That's a high. That's pretty.
Name
high
the guys
right?
who. No. Name the guys worse than Tua. I mean, at this point, Drake May, we can't put him worse. Not Josh Allen, Tua, the Jets. Yeah, whatever. They worse than Tua. Aaron Rodgers is better than Tua. Lamar Jackson better than Tua. Joe Burrow's better than Tua. Cleveland Browns quarterback worse than Tua. Or Trevor Lawrence, honestly. Probably Trevor Lawrence.
Tua in 2023 threw for 4,700 yards, 4,600 yards. Tua can't stay healthy.
But
healthy
okay,
Tua is 4,600 yards. Hurt Tua is 3,500 yards. 25-8.
So the answer
14, 19
is 7. The middest quarterback is probably Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence? Let's see what his stats are.
I don't know if there's a starting quarterback worse than Trevor Lawrence. Don't look at it. Yes, that you respect.
That you respect. Okay, so I mean, what does that mean? Like, because you keep.
Okay, so let me clarify. So, like, I don't want to just go off of stats alone because stats can sometimes be missed.
That's why I do it. That's where you go.
But what I'm saying is, look at the stats. I know, but at the same time, like, we know Trevor Lawrence is a scam.
2023 threw for 4,000 yards. 2022 threw for 4,000 yards. 2021, his rookie year, he threw for 3,600. He got hurt 2024, threw for 2,000 yards. Right now, he's at 3,200, which means he's probably going to get to about 3,800 yards.
That's the reason I don't like to use stats, because it is eye test. You know he sucks, right?
Yeah.
So eye test wise, who's the starting quarterback that you think is worse than him? I think that Kyler's better than. I'd rather have Kyler than him.
It's hard to say when you're talking about eye test because it also depends on the offense. Like,
I agree, and let me be very clear. This is super subjective, but we're trying to figure it out. But
I don't think Daniel is. Where do you think Daniel Jones is? Where do you outside of having the two best receivers over the last 2 years? Where do you put old boy from Seattle / Minnesota? Where do you put him?
Those are rehab projects that, in the process of rehabbing, they're very, very poor identities.
So do you think they're better than Trevor Lawrence or no?
I would rather have healthy. I 100% would rather have a healthy Sam Darnold than Trevor Lawrence. Daniel Jones was getting through. He would need one more season with me before I would be sure about that.
You think terribly of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I think I made that pretty clear. There's never been a point where
I would not. I for somebody that says they're not prisoner at the moment, Sam Darnold has had 2 good years. One with Justin Jefferson, and then one with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, but this is in 2 different places. And I'm also admitting that getting out of that one singular hellhole, I think I misjudged him. I think I was too harsh. Now, if Trevor Lawrence was to go 2 places and be good in 2 different places, I'm willing to say with more information. I used to call Sam Darnold Scam Darnold.
Now he's no longer a scam.
No. I think that Seattle's very happy with their quarterback position, and I think that they think that he's their long-term game. Like he's their long-term.
Didn't they sign him to like a 2-year deal?
Yeah. That was always even I said that. I said in Minnesota, you sign him to a 2-year deal. Again, you got to prove it twice. After the second prove it, then at that point, if he does it again, then we have a long time. But I think that Seattle is going to do their damnedest to keep him.
Yeah, they're not gonna make the same mistake that
Minnesota made, right?
They're not gonna do that.
If I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm not married to Trevor Lawrence after 2028 when I can get out.
So do you think Bo Nix is better than Trevor Lawrence?
It's a good one. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I do think that Mo Dix is in the right situation.
JJ McCarthy.
Hell no. He's a bum. JJ McCarthy. But I've always said that JJ McCarthy is terrible.
Bryce Young.
I would rather have Bryce Young than Trevor Lawrence.
Off the eye test?
Money.
No, you said eye test. You said eye test. That was the caveat of this.
So let me explain my position on why I would pick Bryce Young over. I think that Bryce Young has a bigger upside and he would be cheaper. I think that Trevor Lawrence might be better than him now, but Trevor Lawrence has been in the NFL for how many years?
The conversation was right now, how many quarterbacks do you think are worse than Trevor Lawrence?
Okay,
how many quarterbacks do you think that you respect are worse? I think that
Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence are equal in my book.
I don't, but okay. Brock Purdy. That's 5. I've gone to 5 now. I keep going. I'm just going.
So you pick it, but you know what that is. That shit.
I'm going down. I'm literally going down the list. I'm just going down the division.
I would have never paid Brock Purdy.
It doesn't matter. The question was.
I think they're equal.
So everybody's equal. Nobody's worse than Trevor Lawrence. Everybody's equal.
I think that. I mean, yeah. I don't think that. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is good.
Yeah, but the question was.
And I think that these other guys are equal to. Yeah, they're all at the bottom of it's either this or we talking to backups. The next step is a backup.
CJ Stroud.
Oh, hell no. CJ Stroud not in the same conversation.
That's Trevor Lawrence? Why not?
CJ Stroud is legitimately good.
What? Why?
Because he is.
Remember, you said earlier this season, you said, hey, we need to look at CJ Stroud. Because in another conversation, we're talking about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. And you said, hey, are we sure that CJ Stroud is better than Bryce Young?
Yeah.
Remember, we had that conversation earlier this season when he was struggling.
Okay, so I think that CJ Stroud is better than all of the other guys. I think he's better than Bryce. I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence. I think he's better than Brock Purdy. The thing about him is he's wide receivers always hurt, all of them. But if you put Brian Thomas Jr. on the Texans, they're fine.
They're fine, meaning they have a better record than the 10-4 Jaguars right now?
Yes.
And you don't think Trevor Lawrence with the Houston Texans defense would be
No.
okay.
No. Throw in the hoop.
Let's see. Justin Herbert. See, the thing is, the Vegas Raiders don't have anybody. They don't have a person.
I don't think the Geno
Jackson
is
Dart. I won't say that because Jackson Dart has had 5 concussions in 10 games. Shout out to you for the dude Dabo for getting your man just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, that is playing in 10 games and being checked for a concussion 5 times is not a good.
With 3 positives.
Yo,
check for you've been okay. No,
but the thing is, you ain't Tua. So all right. So hold on. The other part about this is, speaking of people, Bo Nix currently has the longest winning streak in the NFL, and it's 11 fucking games in a row. Congratulations. Now, do I think that some of this is being propped up on being Sean Payton being their head coach? Absolutely. But I can't hate. 11 games is a lot of games to win in a row. They beat the Packers, who are a good team, with Jordan Love. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say nothing about this game because he was 23 of 34 for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is different from the past where he'd be like 21 of 32 for 195 yards. No, he was throwing the ball down the field. Now, part of this is Michael Parsons tore his ACL.
The Packers defense still a good defense.
Yeah, but Michael Parsons is a different person. Michael Parsons, I saw they lined him up at nose tackle. I saw him. I saw them do that, and he stopped the 4th down run. Then the next drive, he tore his ACL, and Bo Nix was like, "Oh, I got time in the pocket.
Yeah,
let me throw it to Cortland Sutton."
You're right. Things have changed around here. We've reassessed. Lions lose to the Rams. This is everything that you asked for. I think the Lions are still a pretty good team. I think that the thing that they lost is losing the entire coaching staff matters. And
I told y'all they weren't gonna make the playoffs this year when I said they weren't.
And I think that they're a good
normally
team.
I don't rehash that, but y'all called me a whole lot of disrespectful shit in the comments. So now I'm gonna tell y'all every time they don't make the playoffs that they're not making the playoffs because I told y'all that.
I think that they're a good team, but you can't lose the whole coaching staff. That is debilitating.
It makes sense what you're saying, right? I'm not gonna call you stupid for that, but hey, y'all call me dumb. So now,
the Eagles beat the ever-loving shit out of the Raiders. They beat them faster than any team has ever beat a team in the history of the NFL. They beat them up and down the field. And this was all I hate to bring it back to Shedeur, but this is my thing. This Raiders team is so terrible that you can't take anything from this game and be like, you know what? We did X. No, this team is fucking terrible.
Y'all. The Raiders averaged 3.5 yards per rush. 13 rushes for 46 yards. The Raiders averaged 2.6 yards per pass.
Correct.
I'm sorry, per completion. Kenny Pickett was 15 of 25 for 64 yards. This win for the Eagles means absolutely nothing.
Nothing. But that was the same thing I was saying when it's like this. You can't get anything from beating the Raiders and beating the Titans. They're god awful.
It's called confidence.
I mean, sure, but that's also false confidence too.
And then you get the Commanders with no Jaden Daniels.
Right.
Yeah. Twice.
Yes, but but this is the thing about it is this is the team that needed it. Because I think the Eagles are a good team. They just needed a slump buster. We all kind of get in our shit sometimes and need some help.
3 of them.
And
3 slump buster games out of 4 to end the season.
And and I think it's well deserved. Sometimes the schedule kicks your ass, and sometimes the schedule says, "Hey, man, I'm gonna do you a solid," and you're getting your solid. But what this says, Eagles, is when y'all get into the playoffs, There's no reason for you not to be ready. Y'all fought all season. Y'all got y'all slump busters, multiple slump busters.
They gonna play the Rams in the playoffs, and they gonna play the Rams. And Puka and Devontae gonna be hurt because they hurt their ankle, knee, and hamstring.
That would be a blessing. I still don't want to deal with Brokeback Stafford, but it is what it is. Vikings find a way to beat the Cowboys.
Find a way. They beat
Cowboys got to do some soul searching, but also I'm not buying into JJ McCarthy. If you buy into that, it's JJ just throwing to the best complement of receivers in the NFL.
No, he's not. Justin Jefferson had 2 catches. He ain't throwing to him.
No, but he's one of the best decoys. You got Jordan Addison and Naylor.
Naylor had 3 catches. 2 catches, 3 catches, 2 catches. 2 catches, 3 catches, 2 catches. He's playing Michigan football. He's throwing to TJ Hockenson.
But that's the thing. If you got that Jefferson, Addison, Naylor, Hockenson.
They rushed for 77 yards. Did they have any turnovers? The defense must have had turnovers. No, shout out to Flores. Y'all better get that man a job, dog. He just out, man. Brian Flores, CeeDee Lamb went crazy, and George Pickens was nowhere to be found. They just decided, okay, CeeDee Lamb going crazy from the slot, but y'all not going to do nothing else. I remember watching this game. Yeah, it's just tight. It's tight. It's
Cowboys
tight.
Cowboys got
294 yards and no touchdowns. That 20-20 football is cool, but can you get in the end zone?
Boy, I'm a Falcons fan. I know all too much about it. But Dak is good, yo. And I hate people. They talk so poorly about Dak.
No, it's not that Dak ain't good. It's the same argument that you just made with money. It's that Dak is getting paid $60-something million.
Well, there's a difference. The reason that Dak is getting that money is because Jerry didn't want to pay him. Trevor Lawrence got that money on
nothing. That's still the fact that he's.
I 100% disagree. Dak would have taken that money early had y'all offered it. You didn't offer the money until you were over a barrel. Trevor Lawrence got that money on day one, and you knew you shouldn't have done that. Dak earned for 2 years. He was like, "Oh, you're not gonna pay me what I'm worth. Cool, Jerry. I'm gonna get it on the back end." It's a big difference. Had they paid Dak a commiserate amount of money to start out with, you would have never had this problem. But Jerry said, "Oh, well, I waited too long, and I think he probably hit me too hard."
That don't change the fact. It don't. How you got paid don't change the fact that you get paid an exorbitant amount of money.
I disagree there,
and you haven't won.
Because the reason that I say that is in the years that he took shorts,
they didn't win.
Right,
and I also paid you when you broke your ankle and you sat out for the year.
Well, no, because you didn't have another. If you had another opportunity or another person to pay, you would have. You were already stuck. You didn't pay me because you wanted to. You paid me because you had to.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones has mismanaged Dak, and that's cost him money. That's a Jerry problem.
I'm not arguing that point. I agree with you.
Jacksonville opened up the checkbook on day one and paid Trevor Lawrence.
The same lens that you look at Trevor Lawrence and saying that you would rather.
I would have never
feel
paid
like
him.
He's not better than this ex quarterback because he's getting paid an exorbitant amount of money, even though he's playing well. Can be the same thing. Said how Dak got paid don't change the fact that he's getting paid $60 million.
I disagree there.
Okay. Well. All right. Shout out. Hey, go back to Old Man Rivers. We didn't talk about Old Man Rivers. Right. Shout out to Indianapolis Colts. You tricked it off. Defense, you tricked off one of the best stories in the NFL. Old Man Rivers was coming back to play for health insurance. He probably would have played for free. As long as he paid my premium, I'm good to go. And then y'all decided to give up and led the game-winning drive, or should have been, for the field goal. Yeah, Reed Shepard going crazy. And
I'm glad you see it.
Yeah, I got. Oh, you ain't seen the new setup. I'll show you in a little bit after this podcast over. I got a whole. But y'all messed up your man's.
Yeah,
coming back after 5 years and 12,000 children, And then y'all decide the defense, which is supposed to be the strength of this team, allows for the Seattle Seahawks to go down and kick a field goal.
Hey, man.
Do we believe that Seattle is as good as they say they are? As most people believe they are?
No.
Because they just played Indianapolis with a quarterback off the couch.
I think that they're okay. I think that they're I don't think that they're a Super Bowl contender. I just think that they're better.
Oh, you don't?
Nah.
Not with Sam?
No. See, that's an overreaction. And that's just you being petty, really. I think that more teams need to be trying to get to this level of good before you do anything else. People be so worried about trying to be the best. Bro, you need to figure out how to just be a good team consistently.
I mean, they're tied with the Rams right now with the division, and they are.
I think the Rams are a better team.
There's no way Philly is only 9-5. There's no way.
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about? Look at their schedule. It kept losing.
Yeah, so the Rams and Seattle are tied for first in the NFC
West.
NFC.
Yes. Oh,
NFC.
Correct. Yes.
And you said that they're not Super Bowl contenders.
No.
Oh.
Just because you're tied with somebody doesn't. I mean, sure, they have a puncher's chance in a wide open NFC, but I don't look at that team and say, "Oh, that team is a team that I think will be playing in the Super Bowl." I think the Rams are a better team.
Who is the team? And name 3 teams.
Wait, let's continue to make it through this. We gotta make it through the rest of these. This is a good game.
Talk about Trevor Lawrence.
It's a good game. I'm disappointed. I wanted to see Phillip Rivers win that game as an.
I did too. I wanted because I was like, ooh, that's gonna piss a lot of people off if that happens.
But I did like what he said after the game, and especially as a guy who's grandfather and a high school football coach, to go out there and play.
Grandfather,
right. It was excellent.
And
Jaguars,
no, Patrick Willis, you should not come back and try to play middle linebacker after say 6 years. No, you should do it.
Try it. Do what you want to. Are you for the 49ers? Where's Fred Warner gonna be?
Ankle broke. Whatever. Anywhere.
Oh, you thought Patrick? Oh, you think you? Well, you know what? I don't know what Patrick Willis does, and he might be one of them people who work out every day. And
Aaron Donald.
Yeah. So I'm not
Bobby Wagner
judging.
still playing?
Right. Jets are terrible. It's over. I don't know what to say about
unless
that
they
team.
play the Falcons and they kick game-winning field goals. Fuck Raheem. That's what this win means for Jaguars. Beating the Jets means fire Raheem.
Man, Reggie's just named the episode. Fire Raheem. Jaguars are a scam. Put your money on them to win a Super Bowl and blow all your money.
Low key, the AFC South is actually the best division in football.
Boy, this is the team to watch.
Scary. Texans are scary.
Man, they're getting healthier by the day. They're getting more and more confident by the day, and nobody's paying attention to them because they started out slow. That ain't what you want.
No, they're paying attention to them now. They are now. I think they got an all-pro at every defensive level. No, they don't have an all-pro linebacker, but they have an all-pro everything else.
Yeah, for sure. Crushed them. This is a good team. Good luck and Godspeed to anybody who has to deal with them for the foreseeable future. It will not be fun, and Will Anderson is a monster. C.J. Stroud's getting his confidence back, and y'all gonna have to pay for it, and they're gonna want it back in blood. Chiefs have been eliminated from the playoffs. Chargers win without
before.
Yeah. Mighty Joe Alt. Justin Herbert finds a way to get it done with a broke wrist. Yeah, I 100% agree. The Chiefs are already beat before. This is just kind of a
no. Oh, first off, I don't care about this game. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. So that is the conversation. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, and I'm going to let you know, I've already floated this conspiracy theory with y'all. Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL. He's out until at least next year, November, right? So you might as well just say he's out for the whole year. Why not tank? At this point, you probably have to trade somebody. Chris Jones.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Somebody. So you got to trade somebody. Travis Kelce's going to retire. You're going to have some money on the books, and you're going to have some draft picks.
Hey, all the receivers, y'all all try out 2 years from now.
No, you don't. Fuck all y'all can go. Let me tell y'all who comes out after next year. After this draft in 2026 is the 2027 draft. So if Patrick Mahomes sits out 2026, 2027, Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State comes out. Ryan Williams from Alabama comes out. And whoever else is here comes out. And they're going to have the draft picks.
But you know what the answer is if you want to keep your team winning?
No, there is no winning. He's out next year. Tank.
I mean, okay.
Tank.
My answer is
go get George Pickens. Pair him with somebody. Patrick Mahomes is one thing you can do is throw it deep. Pause if necessary.
Definitely necessary. Most necessary.
And then of course, the Dan Quinn Bowl. Ooh, Joker with the game winner. Nope. Shout out to Houston.
Congratulations to the Commanders. You beat the Giants. Your season has basically de facto been over for weeks. Dan Quinn got your quarterback, Jaden Daniels, rehurt. Now you're in the Falcons part where you're like, oh, he does suck.
Y'all should listen to Falcons fans when you hire their former coaches. We're telling y'all they're terrible. We're telling you they're terrible.
Y'all got Arthur Smith. How's that working out for you? You got Dan Quinn. How's that working out for you? Maybe you don't listen to us. Because one thing that we like is company. And we are misery. And somebody going to go out and say, you know what? I really like Raheem. It's going to hurt.
Associate head coach.
You're going to do it.
Cool.
You're going to do it.
Why did you call timeout there? It didn't make any sense.
Timeout. I mean, it felt like the right thing to do.
But I think that's it.
That is it. That is.
Oh, we did. Did we say Bills, Patriots? Bills, Patriots beat the Bills.
Yes. And broke the tie for the longest running streak. Pats actually played good. Drake May, pretty impressive. I'm trying to pace myself on the Drake May hype.
I think I asked this question to a bunch of the group. Is Drake May Tom Brady or is Drake May Drew Bledsoe?
Oh,
I think Drake May is Drew Bledsoe. I think Drake
May is a compliment.
I think Drake May is going to be the quarterback until they luck up and get like the greatest quarterback of all time.
But Drew Bledsoe's good.
He was good. Then he got knocked out, and then Tom Brady never gave the job back.
Right. But I mean, if Drake May could beat Drew Bledsoe, I think that's a positive for his career.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, he's going to win the division here. I'm pretty sure he's going to beat Drew Bledsoe of the Patriots. I'm pretty sure that's about to happen.
I was skeptical on him because of Daniel Jones, and then Daniel Jones left, and then he was good. So at this point, I'm open to all new information. I'm retracting all things from anybody who plays quarterback in New York until you go somewhere else. Because clearly, if you go to New York, it is either a hazard for your brain or it's a hazard for your career.
Title Daniel Jones, his career might be over. I mean, Achilles. This was his contract year.
So you got to think about the fact that he probably in the bed.
It's. I mean, well, I mean.
Wait. Think about this. The Achilles is on the right leg. The left leg was broke too.
Yeah.
So you just in the bed, legs broke up. You double booting it.
Mm-hmm. Boot on one, cast on another.
Boot cast combo is crazy.
With your whole career. I mean, would you sign Daniel Jones?
Bro, I can't.
No. You were skeptical on Daniel Jones before he got hurt.
You talking about career. I'm talking about doing regular human things.
Oh, no. I'm a millionaire. I can have regular humans do that for regular me. For me, I'm not regular.
Not when I got to get up in the middle of the night and use the bathroom.
Yes, you can. It's called in-home care. Yes, you can.
But it's like, bro, all right, well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. My left leg broke and my right Achilles is broke.
Bring the bedpan.
You just laid up in the bed, tooting it up.
Yes, and Indianapolis Colts new people, y'all better pay for that shit too. I'm not paying for that. Nope.
Football is one thing, but bro, to have 2 broke legs is crazy. You might not need to play no more football, fam. I hate to tell you.
Atlanta, Metro Atlanta School, Creekside was our rival at Westlake, but they have won the 4A state championship.
Man, fuck Creekside, man.
15-0. They beat Benedictine 42-39 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Wow.
But I'm double broke leg.
Yeah.
Think about what
Yay. Boy, he's everywhere.
Everywhere. But double broke leg, my left tibia, fibula, whatever that's broke, and then my Achilles, you wheelchair bound. That's the reason Andrew Luck left.
I leave too. Shout out to you in Indianapolis, just ruining bodies and careers.
Lacerated kidney, double
lacerated
broke
kidney, Peyton Manning whole vertebrae fell out his neck.
Oh, I can't feel my fingertips.
Austin Kali, you remember Austin Kali? He had to retire. He was getting so many concussions. He had more concussions than Jackson Dart.
Hey,
shout out to you in Indianapolis.
Y'all, hell, boy, God. Double broke leg. Hey, man, thoughts and prayers, fam. That ain't funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of episode 211 of the Splashcast. I'm dropping my hat. 211 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Nord, if we ain't forget anything, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you guys for rocking with us. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. It's been a fantastic Monday. Number one, more Black baseball. Number 2, insert your funny story here, your business, any of those. Number 3, the historically Black college university your cousin went to, your auntie, your uncle, any of those people you went to. Send some money there. The historically Black college university in your neighborhood, the one you go to for homecoming, step shows, all of the above. Send some money over there. And the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. Please send some money there on behalf of me and Reggie. We only asking for $18.68. And I cannot believe we forgot this. Shout out to new Hampton Pirates football coach Van Malone, who left Kansas State as their associate head coach and will now be the head coach of the Hampton Football Pirates. Congratulations. This is it's a pretty interesting hire because of the pedigree that he comes with. It's going to be exciting to see what he does.
Very interesting hire. I hope. I would like to. I wonder what his philosophy will be coming in, because he's definitely from the Big 12. He came from Kansas State. Is he an HBCU grad?
I have not been able to figure out how that has happened. I ain't got that far yet. Played football at Texas. Born in Houston.
HBCUs is going to be
Lions, Cardinals, Waltrip, Conroe, North Dakota State. He played a wide receiver coach. He coached with the Lions as a fellow, cornerback and special teams with Western Michigan, North Texas, Texas A&M. He's been an assistant everywhere. This is kind of, I don't know how he got to Hampton or how Hampton got to him. Surely,
Yep. But other than that, Nora, take us out.
Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. Please remember, always go back and listen to Mic Check. Please go back and listen to Saturday Morning Live, where I think I picked every game right except for maybe 2. Outside of that, y'all be safe. We out of here.